John's getting ready to do a little bit of chipping. Boiler yesterday, the incline auger, broke a few months ago. We welded it up. Anyway, it cracked again yesterday afternoon. So Rob quickly welded it overnight just to keep it going. So we could have a proper look at it today. Anyway, it failed this morning at 6 o'clock. But the guy's coming today to show us how to paint properly because he's been painting a tractor. Yeah, that sheared, I don't know, months ago. So we put a big sleeve right through, drilled it, plug welded it in. It's been perfect, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. But it's snapped the sleeve inside now. So Rob quickly just put a bit of weld on it and a bit of scrap last night just to keep it going overnight. But now we're gonna have to like chop it up a little bit and make it better. And then we got the old one from years ago that snapped so that we could get the dimensions off it and drop it off somewhere and say, can you make me one of these? But the problem is, if you look at that weld on there where we bodged that up overnight once, is there. This hasn't got a weld on. You can see a slit and disc mark where it's been trimmed. So we've obviously cut something off this for a reason, which now means that is no longer a template. So we're just trying to find the dimensions so that we can take this to someone and say, can you make us one of these quickly, but whatever length. It costs a lot to get that over from Denmark because it's so long. It's like 6 or 7 meters long, so you have to pay for every pallet on a wagon space it takes up, and they've got to make it in Denmark and then get it to us. So it's going to be far easier to take it to D-side, where there's a place that make them there. And then, in fact, we've even cut something off the end of it as well, haven't we? In D-side and say, can you make us one of them, please? And then we can go and get it with a low loader. Yesterday, Rob, what was he called? High build primered all the tractor. Oh, is he painting the cables grey? I was supposed to go red in a minute, weren't we? There's the pickle pitch, link arms, various different pins. In fact, that'll be fun trying to get that back in when it's painted. PTO shaft cover. And today, it's getting painted orange as well. Got my Alliance vernier. Well, someone's left it turned on. Battery, I think, it's gone flat. Don't measure this shaft now on this auger. It sounds pretty loud, that, isn't it? It's just been weighing it. I don't know what's happened, but the buggy's just cut out on me on the road. I can't get it to start, and I'm supposed to be going to a funeral in a bit, and I was already running late. Hope there's not been a rodent in it. Damaged some wiring or something, maybe, I don't know. That's my first guess, but we'll tow it back to the yard, put it in the workshop and have a look, but can't just see any fuses gone. But I've got no ignition. Got hazard lights, so there's power, but there's no ignition switch. It was, I'd braked for the traffic lights and it just cut out. Defender to the rescue. I just wonder whether, because I brake quite hard for the traffic lights, I just wonder whether something's loose on the battery terminals. But then the hazard lights are working, so I don't know. Two hours later, took my Brymore tyre off. Lads towed me back, jumped out of the buggy, flew in the house, got changed, just been to the funeral. So Sammy Moffat's wife Phyllis died a few weeks ago. He has the abattoir at the bottom of the road, so I've managed to get there in time and get my mum there. Anyway, I've left her at the wake. I'll go back for later and we'll see how the lads are getting on, because they were painting the 1690 red and fixing that auger. Andy's been teaching Rob today how to paint tractors, but he's very shy, so Rob's going to explain what he's done later. But yeah, that's Andy. But look how shiny that is. So Andy got some videos of Rob painting it, but we now have orange David Brown.
Is it the right call?
Well, it should be, shouldn't it?
I hope so.
So they actually messaged me on LinkedIn, who he works for, FLP, and I think the paint we used was that. When he said if anyone needs any paint, get in touch with them. So shameless plug, because they give me a discount on it because we said we don't really know what we're doing, and they said, well, we'll do your deal on the paint and we'll send someone out to teach you how to mix it properly and how to put it on properly. So that's what he used to do. He used to paint cars. So Rob now, that's the first thing you've ever painted, isn't it, Rob?
Spray gun, yeah. I've just used rattle cans on like JCBs on the plant eye side again.
Yeah, so I mean, if you get where the sun hits it now, it's just glowing. Andrew's getting ready to put Tractor Ted together because we've got a prototype. So I'll show you that in a minute, but next job now is bolt all these bits back on it and then start on the cab, I suppose. Oh, you've got to paint the wheels, haven't you?
Yeah, and the weight block. But we're waiting on Stephen to anodise those wheels for us.
Oh, yeah. My mate's going to... Yeah, if you're watching, Steve. He's going to electroplate or whatever, the nuts, so they look shiny when they go back on. So, yeah, I'll show you the wheels in a second. Rob also has welded this up with Jez, did it, with his big welder, didn't he?
Jez did it while I was spraying.
Ah, right.
So
that's bodged up now, and then we've got the measurements for the new one. So we'll get that made up, and then we'll take that out, and it's worn out quite a bit. That's why we put these plates on now. This thing is 7 or 8 years old, so we're going to put more like guttery, horseshoey things in there, and it'll make it flow a bit better as well. Yeah, they cut that. That's an old roller from the old bed of the very, very old chipper. So that was the right size to sleeve it. That, we know where the other half of that went because there's a bit missing because when we got the moulds for the gutter inside. Anyway, I'll show you this because this is next to be painted. So there's like a bag of seed in that corner there and the pigeons have come in just for it. No grain left in it. Yeah, it looks like it's got massy wheels on if we put it back together now. But Ashbrook's sandblasted it for us and it's perfect for the paint to key into. See how it's so, like, feels like sandpaper, but it'll just straight to it. So we'll get them painted red and get them back on. There's the video anyway of Rob painting it.
So Andy is here from FLP to show us what we're doing when it comes to spraying. He's just showing us maintenance on the gun, cleaning, ready for swapping between different colours. We've just got the second coat primer now on the chassis and the 3-point linkage fuel tanks.
Andrew's mowed the grass at Brookhouse. So we put the front flail on. So we're going to drop this off, put the frame on, and then we're going to try the Tractor Ted dress. John's mate Dan has giving us some of this, what's it called? Hotspot tape. It's what you put on polytunnel frames to stop the plastic chafing on the steel. So Andrew's just putting it on now on the tractor Ted frame. But we've run out, so we're going to try and put the prototype cover on. See what it looks like. We've put some white vinyl on the roof, but really it's not thick enough, so we need to make something better for the roof. The idea was like a shower cap, and then we just need to wrap something over that mud guard. We've been messing around with some plastic and different things and looking at what sizes of material we've got to cut for the mud guards and the A-pillars, and now we're going to do the roof. And we just put some of that white sticky back plastic just to give us the colour to see what it looked like. We're going to have to make something proper, I think. I think my pen's running out, but Anthony McKenna is 37, Howard Foxy Fox is on there, Peter Stevenson is 60, Raymond Jefferson is 93, and Badger is doing a tractor run on a 1950s Nuffield to Edinburgh. If you go on my Facebook, you'll see more details about that, so he gets a mention as well. And we're up to £92,164. Happy birthday everyone on there and anyone else whose birthday is today.